Hi, my name is Brandon, and today I wanted to introduce Monivo. Monivo is a personal financing tool that helps people manage their money automatically using AI that adjusts as their income and spending changes. But our tagline says it the best: take control of your money automatically with AI that adapts to your life. Before we really dive into anything here, this is the team behind Monivo. I focus on the leadership and operations side of the company and make sure we stay organized, execute day-to-day tasks, and keep our product focused on solving the right problems. Greg works on the company's strategy and finances. This includes financial planning, projections, and thinking through how the business grows over time. Morgan focuses on the user behavior and market insight, helping us understand how people actually manage money and what features are most helpful. Nina brings experience in customer banking and lending, which helps us think through financial stress, user trust, and compliance. Sebastian leads our fundraising and communication with investors, which helps us present Monivo's vision and long-term potential. Together, we bring a mix of execution, financial planning, and user insight to building Monivo. Now I'm going to transition things over to Nina.
Hello. Budgeting sounds simple, but for most people, it breaks the moment life changes. The reality is, managing makes money takes time, consistency, and effort for most people just don't have. This is especially true for gig workers, students, and young professionals whose income isn't predictable. The bigger the issue is that current solutions don't actually solve the problem. Most apps focus on tracking spending or require manual input, but they don't adapt in real time or guide users on what to do next. So people aren't failing budgeting is failing them. Monivo changes that. Monivo is an AI powered personal finance platform that automatically manages your budget based on your real life. It connects to your account, tracks your spending in real time, and continuously adjusts your budget as your income and expenses changes. What makes Monivo different is that it's behavior based and adaptive. It doesn't just show you your money, it tells you what to do next. The result is less stress, better financial decision, and a system that actually works without constant effort.
Monivo's market size and opportunity. Target consumer profile would be the 16 to 29 age range, with primarily focused on gig workers and students, and young adults with inconsistent incomes, as well as automated budgeting and want to learn to manage their money at any point in time. The market space, it's growing rapidly, 72 million in the US, are between the ages of 16 and 29, and 36 million of that 72 million have irregular incomes, and 70% use financial apps as well. Our ARPU is 100 a year, that making our TAM about 4.2 billion for the total global personal finance software market, and 7.5 million for serviceable available potential users, making that $750 million with the serviceable market. And our serviceable obtainable would be about, we're aiming for 30,000 users by year five, and realistic capture would be 3 million. Um, Continued on, 36 million young adults have a regular income. Younger demographic are more highly stressed out about financials, especially with raising costs and uh, all that stuff. AI is now advanced enough to make these differences, and banks are looking for partners on these types of projects to capitalize on this. Where Monivo captures where others miss, it tracks and manages. While competitors track, we manage with automated system built for regular income lifestyles to favor that younger generation, and user-based automation, real-time coaching, and we have multi-channel revenue, making it multi-dimensional through subscriptions and partnerships.
Monivo operates in a freemium SaaS model, meaning users can start for free and upgrade to premium later. Our pricing is set at $9.99 monthly or $79.99 annually, which is slightly below industry average to attract early users. Our main revenue comes from subscriptions, which creates predictable, recurring income. And on top of that, we have secondary revenue streams through partnerships with banks and financial institutions, as well as referral commissions. What makes this model strong is scalability. Since Monivo is a digital platform, adding new users doesn't significantly increase costs. And at the same time, the AI improves as more users join, which increases the value of the product over time. Right now, Monivo is in the pre-revenue stage where we've completed the business planning and are currently focusing on building out the MVP and preparing for beta launch. In the short term, our goal is to launch the product, acquire our first users, and continue improving the AI-based system on real user data. In the midterm, we're focusing on scaling, building partnerships with financial institutions, and reaching our break-even point, which is projected at around 4,500 paid users. And once we receive that funding, our immediate next steps are to finalize development, expand the team, and invest in marketing to drive early user growth.
Looking at our 3-year financial outlook, Monivo is expected to be moving in a profitable direction. In year one, revenue is relatively small as we focus on launching the MVP and bringing in our first paid group users. The goal from here is to validate the product and understand our user behavior. In year two, revenue is expected to grow as we believe more users will convert to the paid subscription. By year three, revenue will become more consistent as our user base grows and the subscription model creates more predictable and reoccurring incomes. Our main expenses are product development, marketing, user acquisition, and team operations. These costs affect us more early on, but begin to stabilize as Monivo matures. We reach our break even around 4,500 paid users, which we expect to be between years 2 and 3. At that point, recurring subscription revenue will continue to grow with profitability. Now I'd like to pass things back over to Morgan. You're muted, Morgan.
With the competitive landscape, YNAB offers deep customization with the automatic entry system linked up with cards and spending. Where Monivo is different, fully automated, real-time adjustments built for regular incomes in comparison to where they fall short as the manual input, no real-time adjustments, and no built for regular incomes for YNAB. Rocket Money is a big one, especially now with it being a lot more promotional based and it's a lot more well known. Monivo is different from the full financial management, adaptive budgeting that moves automatically and long-term habit building, as Rocket Money is more focused on short-term budget saving. Mint is the OG program. It was the first for a while there. They are free to use, which is an advantage, and they have a strong recognition of their company as it was the first. Monivo is different with the adaptive budgeting focused on improving behavior and built on modern AI systems and not outdated. Monarch Money is probably the closest competitor to us, as they offer AI insight, good for tracking long-term goals, so they're focused long-term. And then it's also very easy to use. How they fall short is no real-time adjustments, where Monivo is real-time coaching, adaptive automatic budgeting, and built for regular incomes in comparison to Monarch Money.
All right, now I'll walk you through our investment and how we'll use the money. Monvio is raising 500,000 in seed funding. Half of that 250,000 goes to product development. That means finishing our MVP, building out the AI, and connecting secure banking APIs. Next 150,000 for marketing and user acquisition. We're talking social media ads, campus ambassadors, and influence partnerships to get our first 10,000 users. $75,000 goes to team expansion, hiring a community manager, and some part-time development help. And finally, $25,000 for legal compliance. That covers privacy policies, data security, and making sure we follow fintech regulations. The bottom line, this funding gets Monvio launched and in front of real users. The exit strategy, how investors get their money back. Our most likely path is acquisition. Within 4 to 6 years, we expect Monvio to be bought by a larger bank, a fintech company like Intuit or SoFi, or a credit union software provider. Why would they buy us? Three reasons. One, we solve irregular income budgeting. Nobody else does it well. Two, our AI adapts in real time while competitors like Mint and YNAB are static. Three, we have a young and growing user base between 16 and 29 years old, a demographic that banks struggle to reach. Longer term, an IPO is possible, but not our main focus right now. A merger is another option. So to summarize, we're building Monvio to be acquired. That's our investors exit, likely around year 5. Thank you.
At the end of the day, people's income doesn't always follow a predictable pattern, but most financial tools still depend on that assumption. Monivo is built to adjust for real life changes, helping people manage their money without constantly checking or updating a budget. We are asking $500,000 to complete development, launch the product, and reach our first 10,000 users. With that being said, I'd like to thank you and hope you'd like to become a part of the Monivo team.